Hey, what's up? It is the Purple Yeti, back after such a long time. I was gone. I was out of the country. I had a honeymoon. I have a ring. I was in a lot of different countries in Europe. And I'm back now with my ridiculous moniker. I went back to the Yeti homeland, somewhere in the Alps. Or the Omaganga Mountains, depending on what day of the week it was. But I am back with my ridiculous moniker. I am back with my awesome K-State t-shirt. And I am back with a little present from Deutschland. Oh yeah. Germans rock it like they know no others. It's not beer though. It's a cocktail. A little bit of vodka, Dr. Pepper 10, because I like being bold. The 10 is like 10 more than not bold. So, take that. And I am back. It's been a couple of weeks. I missed the whole bowl season, sans for tonight, but I'll get to that in a sec. A lot of catching up to do. And the only thing I really want to talk about is Kansas State. I mean, they won. They beat Michigan. The only time they beat Michigan, and the only time they've played Michigan, they are 1-0 against the Big House. Although it was played somewhere else, San Diego, I believe. I think it was a Holiday Bowl. At any rate, Jake Waters had a great game. Hubert had a great game. Michigan's quarterback did not play that game, I believe, but I don't know. I wasn't going to get up at 2:30 in the morning to watch it. Sorry, I'm not that dedicated. I blame the Hopper House or the mulled wine. At any rate, I watched none of that. I saw some bowl games over there. I saw a little bit of Texas and Oregon, Mack Brown's last game. Oregon, I fell asleep. I fell asleep right when it was interesting because it went downhill quick after that. There are a couple other games I watched, but I never really bothered watching. I don't even remember it. 12 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock at night. Wasn't really going to happen. The one thing I did know, and this was coming back last Friday, was the Sugar Bowl, mainly because I actually got up to leave France to head back here in the States, in beautiful Austin, Texas, and caught the end of the game. That's some weird global trotting magic right there. At any rate, I wasn't able to watch it, but I kept up with stats and the score on your apps, your phones. And Oklahoma won. They beat Alabama. They slayed the SEC beast. It's a prelude of things to come later on. Now, unfortunately, Baylor didn't win against UCF. That's fine. It's their first time there ever, I think, at a BCS stage. So, you can't really expect greatness out of the gate. But congratulations, big game Bob. Bob Stoops finally cashed that check his mouth wrote earlier in the year about the SEC, and boy, did it come true. The excuses you're going to hear, it's like flashcards that are played, Cards Against Humanity, where it's certain questions or certain events happens, and then you just reach in and you pull out a card and you say it. What you've been hearing about Alabama is that they just weren't really up for the game. Which is a load of crap. Much like, it's your first time at the stage. Okay, so I'm dishing a little bit myself too, but that's alright. At any rate, yes, Alabama did not win. Oklahoma won. Bob Stoops alone, Oklahoma. There's now the Bob Stoops Slam. Bob Stoops and Oklahoma's team has won each of the bowls in the BCS era. That's 4 different bowls. The Sugar, Orange, Fiesta, and Rose. He has now won each of those. No other coach has done that. He's won a national title, I believe, twice. He's probably the greatest BCS coach, maybe next to Nick Saban. But the point is that the BCS has really helped out Bob Stoops to a great immense, and they'll be tough next year, just about like K-State will be, and really just about like the rest of the Big 12. One side note before I move on, one little nugget of news I just found out today is that Mark Mangino, former Kansas coach, head coach, is now hired on as the offensive coordinator for Iowa State. Very interesting indeed. And the livestock better be scared up there in Iowa. But at any rate, Iowa State needed to turn things around in terms of offense. They just couldn't get anything going. Believe it or not, that was Mangino's strength when he was coaching KU. So, maybe they can get something started. Paul Rhodes is more of a defensive guy anyway. That might just work. It's definitely around the area of, not Youngstown State, but, he did do some work for Bill Snyder at K-State, and of course Kansas. So, it'd be interesting to see what happens there. So, tonight, I bid farewell to the BCS and the BCS era with the National Championship game that I just got done watching online. Florida State won. Florida State came back from behind. What could have been a blown out in the first half ended up being a crazy game in the second. Jameis Winston earned his Heisman Trophy. I guess he already got it, but he earned it tonight. There's great plays back and forth toward the end of the game. I really didn't know who was going to win. The way that the Auburn had the magic, you thought maybe they would just pull it out in the end, but Jameis Winston orchestrated the drive, pinpoint attacks down the field. A pass interference call in the end zone helped, but Florida State came back, won, 33 to something or other, 34-31 is what it was. So, congratulations Florida State, congratulations ACC, ha 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 ha, SEC, and yeah, oh well, Auburn will be tough next year, so will Florida State. It's going to be an interesting playoff scenario next year. For my Kansas State Wildcats, I think you just got to win the Big 12 and you might get in that fourth slot. SEC is always going to be tough, and they're going to want to get two teams, but I hope for the first year they only get one, because that I think would be controversial enough, especially with those slack-jawed people out in the Southwest, East. There's different slack-jaws over here, present company included. So we'll see what happens next year with that, but in the meantime, the reign of BCS championships leaves the SEC just in time for the start of the SEC network to kick up on ESPN, and that makes me happy. So I can't really put a bow on the rest of the season. Reflecting back on this whole year, it's been great. Lots of fun food, lots of fun football. Kansas State, they started out poor and they clawed their way back. They got into a bowl, and they actually won a bowl, which Bill Snyder is not really known for, against a traditional powerhouse who's had a down year. People are starting to ask questions about Brady Hope, but that's fine. You always have those questions floating around when you have those kind of expectations around a caliber of the program of that caliber. So yeah, so there. They're great games. Auburn was the participant in a lot of them, but Kansas State, here and there, no. What else? I got to see Kansas State at Texas. That was beautiful, even though they lost. Was hoping it was enough to keep Mack Brown around. Of course, he's gone. Other coaching changes in the Big 12. That might be it, actually, now that I think about it. in terms of head coaches. I think everybody's all locked and loaded for next year. Should be even tougher next year. So, looking back on this year and the last year, the BCS era, I say farewell, but also, and this is what I wanted to get to, it's a bit of a farewell for me too. Hold on, let me have a drink here. No, I'm not going away. I'm just not going to be on time. Unlike the trains in Europe, this train will keep chugging along, but it's going to make a stop whenever it feels like. So I will not be on time. There will be no more Sunday Purple Yetis. There will be Purple Yeti roars whenever I feel like unleashing this jaw, this slack jaw, and belting out a roar so great that it rattles the cages of the lifts for the Eiffel Tower and back around to the cables of the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. So I will be back, but I will not be on time. You will not see me every Sunday. It's a decision I've thought about long and hard. I love you guys, but apparently you don't love me back. That's fine. Yeti has his own warmth and his own fur, but we're gonna go when I feel like it, when the inspiration comes, when I need to talk about something when it comes to college football, which means it'll probably be quiet in the off season and probably a little bit louder during the season. So we'll play around with it. We'll see what happens. As for special features and stuff on the website, I will probably throw something up every once in a while as I see fit. Football feedings, unfortunately, is going away. It was a beautiful time. There's plenty of sizzling meat, especially this year. But I've been around the block twice now, and I feel like I could start a restaurant with what I know. Don't know if I could really seek out any other unique tailgating college football eating experiences. I have seen some things in Europe, though, that have given me some ideas. But I think I'm going to just go ahead and leave that be kind of whenever I feel like as well. There's plenty of other sites you can go to for recipes. I don't want to compete with those guys. In fact, some of those guys I've took inspiration from. So, football feelings will probably go away. So in short, the time's going to be constricted a little bit, but it's going to be more higher value. So, especially in the off season, you won't see me ramble on about other things. We're going to talk about college football when college football needs to be talked about. And if you want Big 12 action, you come to KC College Game Day, you come to the Purple Yeti. It's been great. Maybe I'll fire up a mascot review. Maybe I'll talk about the playoff system, and maybe I'll have fun railing on ESPN because it's just so easy. Whatever happens, I think when the inspiration hits is when you're going to get the best from me, and that's how it's going to go moving forward. If you have any comments about that, drop it below. Like I've seen one in all these, fitting for post 100, because I'm going to put 100% into each next post coming whenever it comes. So stay tuned. You don't know when it's going to drop. It could be tomorrow. It could be next week. It could be in 10 months. You never know. But drop a comment below and let me know what you think. Football season's over now. We have the NFL that's left, and even that is like, bleh, whatever. So really, the real football is over. We gotta wait another 9-ish, 8 months before things come back up anew, like a phoenix risen from the ashes. We have no longer the BCS. Farewell, BCS. And with the life of this blog, you can almost say farewell, but still think of us as the worm clutching onto the anus of the phoenix and trying to tell the bird, the phoenix, you wouldn't shit me, would you? So, watch for us dangle and wiggle away here in the next couple of months, weeks, years, days, and we'll continue celebrating the true national pastime that is college football. And with that, Prost and see ya.